dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes. Preach. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracee tales.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
Man. Ladies first.
First off, the banner at the bottom that says Tracee Ellis Ross doesn't date older men got me weak. But I mean, I get it. I get what she's saying.
So
I wouldn't wholeheartedly hone in on it. Let's see.
So y'all are being extremes. Brittany, Asia, before I go, Marcus said ladies first.
No. I feel like she's older, right? Let's just be real. The young men keep you young and vibrant and give you what you desire, right? I think older men have been in the game for a long time, and that can be translated into controlling. Because I want to do said things. Nah, sweetheart, we did all that. Like, we too old for that. Let's do this. Let's settle down here. I wouldn't describe certain things as toxic masculinity. I would have asked her, like, define that for me a little bit. Because to me, that means like dominance. That means like all the things that these women are talking about now as a leader, provider of the household, in a man, they want in a man. Why is it toxic? Like, what makes it so toxic for you that you're searching, that you would compare it to the fact that a younger person doesn't have those traits, and it's something that you're flocking to? Like, that would be my question for her. But I just feel like sis she just want to continue to feel young and want to be with younger dudes. I don't know.
I agree with her wholeheartedly.
Her Brittany or her Tracee?
Tracee, you know I'm gonna say something wild. You know I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Get off me.
Tell us, Asia. Tell us.
No, on the real though, I think like number one, I appreciate her being able to say that, right? Because I think sometimes even we hear like there was just a guy on the internet. The year that he said was crazy, but he basically said, all right, young fellas, like, get you a cougar, right? We don't oftentimes think about it from the cougar's perspective. She is just a self-proclaimed cougar. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's fair. I think to Britt's point, yeah, she's having fun, but I also think that she's allowing herself to be with somebody that is just letting her be her. Because for her to say, like, I'm a full person, that means that she wants somebody that's not going to be intimidated by her being an independent woman that knows what she wants, that already has her full life, and from what it sounds like, men that might be her age, also on her level, they will also be really sure of themselves. And they might also not be able to give her the same amount of time. And we talk about this sometimes, but for me, I'm here for it, whether she's just trying to have fun, whether she's trying to have a man as supplemental to her life, as opposed to it being like a necessity, right? Or like I need this man to be the lead. As we talk about sometimes, like, it sounds like the man is supplemental for her.
So, Asia, if she would have said what you said, I would wholeheartedly agree with her. The only thing that bothered me with what she said is like, everything you named, younger men aren't. Like everything she named in that video, younger men aren't that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I actually understand why she would want a like not date a older man? Like, yeah, cool. Like I really do. I'm not gonna trip on that. But like literally everything you said you want. I live a robust life. I'm experienced. I'm this. So you want a young dude when you saying everything that come with age? Zero
But
sense in the world.
young at her age though. How old is she? She low key old.
She 52.
So young to her might be like the 30, what,
Even still,
38.
no relatable experience of what she was saying. She's saying she lived this robust life, doing all these different things. And I'm not knocking her for one. If she would have just came on and said, like, hey, look, I'm 52. I'm out here. I want me a little young dude. I ain't with all that. Cool. You ain't say that. You said everything that come with age and then say, I don't want no older guy because of toxic masculinity. Now, I'm not saying that she hasn't experienced guys where it didn't work out, where like she had that experience. She say, I can't want that no more. My issue is the way she delivered it. I don't want to be too, but it sounds like manipulation. You want somebody you can manipulate and do what you want them to do because you are who you are. That's what it sounds like. If she would have came out and said, hey, look, this is where I'm at. I'm trying to get this.
Sound like it's easier to lead. Like it's easier to lead somebody instead of somebody telling you what to do all the time. Like she, like they were saying, like, what were you saying?
I'll say that to me, it just sounds like she really doesn't want a serious relationship. She just kind of wants something for the moment. You know what I mean? That's why she wants a younger guy to kind of do those things. I kind of wish she led with that being the case and not necessarily because of toxic masculinity. I think I think there's no such thing as toxic masculinity because masculinity wouldn't allow you to do such things. So it's really the lack of masculinity that is the issue that those men were having that she faced with those older men. And, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, but
you said I'm sorry to hear that.
I am. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that was well put, bro. I agree. That's well put, bro. That's well put, man. I'm telling you, Marcus, you got a shout out in the comments, man. Eugene tapping in with you, bro.
Okay. Hey, that's my boy right there.
So I think everything Marcus said is true. I just think my only issue is it seems like y'all don't kill me. It seems like as time goes on, women want guys to be easily influenced by their decisions. Even though this is Tracee Ellis Ross and she has money and all the things, I feel like that's a norm now. Like, yeah, I don't want nobody. I don't want him to be too far along to experience too much. I need this, I need that. Instead of just saying, hey, I want him here for a good time, not a long time. I got my money. My heart been broken. I ain't going through that no more. Young dude, where you at? Let's move on. Just say it. And we can hear
that though. I didn't hear that though. Like I didn't hear her. I really didn't. Not to the point of just like, cause to be fair, like I think she could want a serious relationship with a younger man, right? Like I do think that is probable. Like I said, I do think it's more supplemental to her life where she doesn't need it because she's been single for so many years, right? And so I think like with us looking at it, for me at least, I didn't hear it like, oh, let me try to manipulate him. What I heard is like, let me get somebody that's not going to try to mold me into being their arm piece. That's not trying to mold me into, because her word was being a possession, right? For her, I think like when she thinks about dating a younger man, and probably based on her experience, it was somebody that was like, okay, cool. Like I can be myself. They can show up as themselves. Nobody's trying to make me to be anything in particular. Because what it sounds like is she's trying not to be manipulated by a man, which she has been by older men. That's what it sounds like to me. So she's trying to combat that by being with a younger man.
Yeah, but to devil's advocate a little bit, like Tracee low-key might be the manipulator, right? Like, a lot of. I'm just saying, Asia. I'm sorry to go against the grain here, but
don't be sorry. She with us tonight.
Like for real, her personality. I love her. I love sis. Everything she does, I love. However, she does have a very strong personality where I can see like her going toe to toe with an older man who challenges her a little bit. Versus a younger dude, you can kind of shape and mold them to how the same exact thing that you just said is the same exact things she could do and find comfort in doing those things. And that's why I feel like she low-key kind of boxed men or older men in the toxic masculinity. Like that word should not throw it out.
Right, yeah.
Throw it out. There, do I believe it in it? Yes. But is it the wrong word choice for her to use in this particular conversation? I think that the word choice was terrible. I just think sis don't like to be told what to do. That's it. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either.
I feel what you're saying, Asia, and I think two things could be true. I think you cannot want to deal with the stuff that you dealt with older men, and you want to be able to control the situation. And the only reason that what makes me say that is, why does she feel the need to say everything? Oh, I live this robust life and da da da. If you think you about to get a youngin, because let's be real for a second, y'all know money in that world, money, fame, those things hold weight, right? Yeah. What young dude is going to be? Can I say this without sounding crazy? What young dude is going to be at her level, like Tracee Ellis Ross level? And if he is, he probably ain't going to want her.
A basketball player, a football player.
Nate, come on, man.
Yeah, because like, hold on, real quick though, real talk. But isn't like in this, I'm putting this out here to say this, and I could be wrong. Like, so please, for real, fact check me. But like, Kerry Washington, isn't her husband younger than her?
Possibly.
I think that he is, and please let me know. But like, for instance, like her. Tell me if I'm wrong though before I keep going.
No, I'm saying say that H word again.
Husband.
Okay, go ahead, Asia. Finish.
Right. Yes. They, in my mind though, they had to go through some type of dating phase, right? But the point that I'm making is the attraction, because to your point, talking about like, what if there's nobody that's on her level? I'm saying that I think that it is possible that there is somebody that is younger that can be on her level, especially in the ways that people make money now. I actually think there's more people that can be making the same, not the same, because it's